Fuck. I went to now. All right, folks, enough of me. Game. Oh, get that nonsense. So I'll just ramble on. If I get the China to 3, forgive me the name Scooby Doo. Without that, I'd never have my little intro of do 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 do. You know. So cheers. It's been a wee while since the live stream, folks. Some of you may remember the last one got stream sniped, trained. My old buddy there, OG1 Kenobi, was so excited that the stream got taken down that he made a couple of videos about it. Sorry about me talking about them. I do a stream where I'm not talking about them, and it gets stream sniped. Part of that was my own fault, but people need to be careful. Keep what the show. So, even since my last stream where I was talking about things, talking about real things in the real world, not fucking YouTube world, where but there's been a lot that's happened since I last did a stream. So I felt, you know what, I can't sleep. I thought I'll do a wee stream, have a wee chat. And I just left it at that. So the title of the stream is New Alliances, because on the horizon being played out. It's quite stupid, really. I'm starting to see this all as just one big game being played by a certain amount of channels, and everybody else in between are we're unwilling, unknowing participants in this game being played on YouTube. You've probably heard Freddie talk about it, augmented reality. Well, folks, and there's a lot of channels I would say involved in this. I don't know of all the players, but there's a lot of obvious players in there because things never make sense. The world of YouTube does not behave the way the world of YouTube, the way people behave in society. Just the rules are out the window. It's all fucking. It's upside down world. That's what YouTube is. Upside down world. Where they're your friend today, they're back in bed with you a few weeks later. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't happen in the real world. I mean, listen, I tell you the truth. I'm all about treats, us and them. Jam was sweet. I tell friends over the years that I finished with, and I found myself going back to them. I just couldn't stay away. So yeah, you end up going back to them. Well, the making up part's good. We all know that, right? We're adults, and then it gets back in the same old doldrums, and you have a breakup again, and until eventually one of you has got the frigging brain. Enough is enough. But that's that stuff in the real world. Emotions gets played with, and attraction and all that type of things. Plus, they're the opposite sex. If the opposite sex is, take it, hey, um, if that's your thing. But in YouTube world, it's very different. There's no emotions here, folks. Not for a lot of content creators. They're not emotionally attached to channels and things like that there. And normal behavior is if somebody fucks you over, you don't forget that. I mean, I know the good book says forgive and forget, said and done. And, if you stick a hand in the fire and it gets burnt, are you going to put it in the fire a second time? Sure as shit, you're not, folks. You're just not going to do it. And, those rules are most sensible people. So I've been rewatching a lot of stuff from over the past while since I've been off YouTube. And if my stream gets sniped again, folks, I can only apologize. Uh, Tonight, somebody put porn up on it, got me a strike, etc. So after that, I was a bit concerned, and I went to the cops, took the devices to the cops, been planted on my computer. Um, had a quite a lengthy conversation. In fact, I had my stuff for like 3 weeks. That's how long they had my stuff for. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been a bit. Anyhow, yeah, they've been looking into things. They had a few questions for me, and I was doing all that there. But while I was getting in, real work, street was carrying on, and it's now evolved. Relationships have changed. I'm pretty sure most of you here have seen OJ1 Kenobi on Unirock show, the third channel. Maybe they're working up to the main channel, who knows? But he's on there, and they're going after. They were going after the whole kids and stuff, the documentary and videos being put up about scamming and all that there sort of thing. And I just want to make something clear, folks. These GoFundMe's and all people do, and fundraisers and all that there. No legal obligation there for that person to actually fulfill what they've asked for the donation to be used for. Maybe so, maybe that's what these people are trying to do, trying to get the restrictions put on GoFundMe, something like that. Who knows? But in the process of them doing this, I noticed one of the things that they did was act Heather Middendorf. That's one of the. I think she's named as like the director of Kids Inc. or something along those lines. Anyway, and the interesting thing is, um, about 6 months brought onto a stream where I had to explain myself why I was hanging around the age of 19. Monty Graph, the dark side of YouTube. That's what it was called. And if you now go on to OJ1 Kenobi's channel, it's about Heller Middendorf. There's a link in the description box, uh, and that link, if you click it, takes you to Agent 19's channel, and it's a phone call of Montegraph phoning up. Now, while I was being fucking pushed out of the group because I dared to leave a comment on fucking Agent 19's video, and OJ was so disgusted that he fur that I would be in his circles and people would associate me with Agent 19. He thought I was bringing a bad name about him. So I had to be, removed from the group. And now here they are. Now, personally, I have no problem with Agent 19. I have no problem with Montegraph. But I do have a problem with people making up bullshit fucking stories and lies to try and defame me and discredit you. And then a few months later, when the narrative fucking suits them, using these guys for their own gain. And that's what they do. That's what OG does. That's what Freddie does. They use people when it suits them. And when it doesn't suit them, then they'll use them again against you. That's exactly what happened. Again, hypocrisy. And that's why I think this is all a game, folks. Because in OJ's videos himself, he made a video dated there's a video where he talks about Honeybee dropping Dave T, and he shows it for being on the. Sorry about the TV. I'll turn that down. He shows, he shows that link on the 12th of July, and I'm like, okay, but he talks about everybody knew about it 2 weeks before, and yet nobody talked about it before the 12th of July, and I'm like, why was the delay so long? So, and again, it's people, they hold on to things and they come back, and whenever it's, and they held on to Mr. Gunk for quite some time, and then they held on to DFT for a while as well, and then they started talking about it. And then I saw OGs on Unirock's channel. Freddie even had her. I mean, Unirock blocked myself and Freddie on the same night because we asked Unirock to talk about Dave T. We tried to talk about it with him. We tried to explain him what it was, except having any of it. And he lost the plot actually with us. He blocked myself and he blocked Freddie, and he went in a fucking tirade about Freddie. And now I see Freddie fucking hanging cool with Unirock at a ranch and things like that. They even commented it about, oh, I'll have something to say about that he's a ranch. But, I don't understand that, Unirock is interacting with these guys. Why? So they ripped the back out of Unirock, Peacock. Um, eh, there's so much fucking bullshit behind the scenes. It's not funny. And, you know, I've been going around the place here and there, and it's the same pattern, folks. People fall out, have a big fucking drama, and then they make friends, and then they fall out with somebody else, and they gang up with somebody else. They gang up with that person, the other channel, and it's like, what? And then they'll fall out with each other, and then it'll be back to square one. So I'm like, folks, this is all drama. It's gentle chaos magic. Now, some people might make this seem a bit ridiculous, what I'm about to say here, but there are witches, folks. Witches, people who actually fucking get involved with all that witchcraft stuff, and they go around fucking YouTube. There's multiple factions, but there's been Titus Frost, Ransom Rand, OG, Freddy, Unirock, Lift the Veil, etc., 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 and it's all just fucking nonsense. I don't believe any of them anymore. I think they're all the number one fucking motive. All seems to be about censorship. It's about censoring your fucking channels. Maybe not my channel, but censoring everybody's channel in the future of what you can talk about. Stuff talked about where they try to hold fucking people responsible for other YouTubers who lost their shit and supposedly committed violent crimes on other people when they were offline. The other ones, and as I said before, if a gun shop sells you a gun and then you go and use the gun to shoot somebody else, is it the gun shop's fault? The answer is no, it's not. So you can't hold all our channels responsible. I mean, sure, some of their content must be maybe a bit, but uh, what you'll find is, folks, the majority of people don't buy this nonsense. And what I'm finding is with subscribers and stuff like that, a lot of these subscribers are in the game as well. And it seems to be they go around from channel to channel. They've got all day to spend on here. I don't have all day to spend. In fact, I have very little time to come on here, but nonetheless, and they're always there to support our channel and kind of you'll see in the comment section. I pointed it out with OG sections. It's always the same people posting, and they're always backing up the narrative, or adding that extra little bit in. And they are narratives. Now, OG, it's not that I'm picking on OG here, but he started this whole DFT and gunk thing. He deleted everything on his channel. I mean, he wasn't a new channel or anything, but he deleted everything that he was with. But there's a few things that he forgot about. Uh, YouTubers was in other live streams and things like that there. And OG says he was researching Pizzagate. OG was actually pushing Pizzagate. OG was one of these people, folks. OG was actually, I've got a video there of OG actually fucking decoding, yes, decoding a music video of some fucking musician. He uses the hand signals or have swirls in the video and stuff like that there. And he's in this live stream with another YouTuber sitting decoding all these symbols and perpetrating the same bullshit that all the other pizza gatherers have been put. So it wasn't his own video, so he couldn't delete it. It was somebody else's video. But this is the sort of shit that these guys were up to. Now they've totally did a 180, and now they're against the narrative and think that what they were doing before DFT. I've downloaded quite a few videos of this guy involved in other people's channels doing this, and it's like, wow, holy moly, we're sitting pushing this narrative, pushing this agenda, and then all of a sudden, somebody mentions DFT, and you're going against the narrative. Funny thing, now listen, things that need to be talked about and brought to light. Well, when he's doing that there, the whole DFT thing, what was going on at the same time? VOP. And the VOP thing was really interesting because Titus Frost, Unirock, the Fango, all these channels, the Honeybee, all these channels knew, had contact with a YouTuber with VOP, and none of them never ever mentioned it. None of them. They were all involved with this YouTuber, all interact with them, invited them on their shows. In fact, that's not so long ago. I don't know if that's changed, but that was going on at the same time, and the VOP Lord crashed. Everybody caught on to it, and it burned. And the next thing that was to come up was the fucking was the Net for Truth, the pedo gate, basically, and Gunk. Now, Gunk started out in May, but it was fucking July before people started talking about it. And why was there such a delay? Why weren't people bothered about this back in May? I don't have the answer for that. But the fact is, there was a big gap there. Um, Now, I trying to diss Rock or diss anyone. I'm just stating the fact that these guys knew a YouTuber who was directly involved. And when I say directly, I mean he was by fucking that died during the VOP the whole time. And these guys all knew him. So why did nobody ever mention that? Why did nobody ever talk about crazy, crazy fucking times? So that Lord failed the whole fucking pedo fucking LARP. I called it a LARP now because I think it is a LARP. I think the fucking Honeybee dropped the fucking name. Why would Honeybee drop the name? Why would she drop the name to Freddie? You know, why did Mr. Gunk invite Freddie to talk to him? Freddie was a mod for Mr. Gunk. Freddie told us that. He was a mod for Mr. Gunk. These guys all fucking play games. And just like a game, some people be sacked dice, you miss your turn. Just like Monopoly. Go to jail. You miss your turn. But hey, you'll get another turn. And when it's your turn next, well, maybe you'll come out on top. And I think that is exactly what fucking YouTube is turning. And the channels involved, it's starting to get really see through here now. After a couple of years of sitting and watching them, it's like, look, I'm never going to be fucking make the shit that they try to pull on me. Never, never in a month of Sundays are you going to see me. I would do a stream with them. I would bring them on here, no problem. I'd love to talk to them, but they won't come on. If I want to talk to them, I have to go to like what? Just come to mine. I showed you the courtesy. Come to mine. But that wasn't the point. So you're never going to see that happen. And when people shit on you and knocking our door 3 or 4 days later with a fucking cup of sugar and a loaf of bread and go fancy a cup of tea, you just don't fucking do it, folks. So play it out. Some YouTubers get innocently involved, they are unknowingly involved, unwittingly involved. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I was an outsider. I'm still an outsider. Well, no, a lot of these channels seem to come from the same areas. You know, there's a lot of channels that in this little pocket of YouTube from Boston, and there's a lot of channels, the whole Oregon area and California, etc., down that freaking west coast. And you know, I've seen them hind after honeybee, and here, you know, address her subs. I do believe that. I think she should go and address her subs. The people who put something out, the people who have supported her campaign and the project for Kids Inc. But these somebody is now making claims that that Heather Middendorf had her children taken off her by CPS. Now, if that's true, and she is involved with a documentary that is painting the CPS in a negative light, she tarnishes that documentary. She makes it, she ruins the credibility because she has a motive to paint these people in a bad light. So it's, it doesn't work. But nonetheless, they should address their people who have supported them. But at the same time, sitting, you know, hounding and hounding criminal act, not true, you know. Um, but it makes great YouTube and like chaos magic when you find a system with it. And chaos magic is big on YouTube, folks, especially in these smaller little pockets. Um, and it's just interesting. The more you fucking learn, and some things you find by accident, and other things it's like, I mean, I personally think that the many channels are. I think they suck up. Um, you know, maybe not actually putting content out, but what I mean is, it's quite possible and logical for five soccer accounts at once. You know, so whenever they come along and do their attacking, they just swamp you. It only takes three or four people, and it looks like fucking 20, 30 people. But you know, we're seeing this alliance now that Unirock is now promoting OG, and you know they're talking about DFT. They're talking about. God, well, why did you not talk about it last year? You know, and Unirock is kind of trying to paint himself as if he was busy doing something else or whatever. But the reality is that he wouldn't talk about it Friday. He lost his shit on Friday. Them two had a little spat, and OG sits along there when he's on the stream with Unirock, and just never happened. And I'm like, well, listen, you're gonna call a spade, then call it a fucking spade. You know, don't sit and fucking try and hoodwink fucking YouTubers or fucking subscribe. Try and paint the scenario as one thing whenever it was something else. Now, I have a video. They talked about the Michelangelo video or the Archangel it was called that MJ victims put up. They talk about that. But I have the complete video where I am able to prove that these YouTubers have ready-made content. They're obviously researching and ready to put out like that video about the kid, the snuff video, ready to put out at a moment's notice so they can drum up support, they can ask for donations, and all complete video that shows that this is all pre-made, it's all going on in the background, that this is what they're actually working for. Nobody cares. Nobody wants it. So here, my challenge to Unirock, if you do listen to this, or any of your viewers are there listening to this, I have the complete video. Invite me onto your channel and I'll play the video so everybody can see for themselves. Oh, are all at it. They're in the background. They're purposely researching bullshit, all to manipulate fucking viewers to in their pocket and get the money out because they want to make awareness of this whole child abuse thing. I don't think it'll get anywhere, but who knows? I've got lots of questions on what's going on this platform. I see other pockets that I'm not involved with that have found like literally weeks before the whole DFT broke, and then these pockets have all dispersed, and they're all over here now in this little pocket. I mean, I see a lot of fucking bullshit. People using techniques to change the sound of their voice. I don't know why they would do that, but that's what they're doing. I mean, I've been listening to streamers talk away, and their voice goes real fucking wonky. Sounds like a sounds like becomes very familiar to another YouTuber, and then it goes back to what they sounded like before. So you know, they hide behind avatars, or they maybe use a face in one channel, and then the next channel it's just an avatar. Some of them don't even speak; they'll use that video voice they'll send um, for their voice. But it's multiple people all running little channels, putting it out, etc., etc. And if your face doesn't fit, folks, you're not going to be part of the show. You're not going to be part of the show at all. And I am probably one of very few people who is an outsider, doesn't come from the same country, who is kind of had a back, being involved with them, turned his back on them and faced the backlash. And I can still pull, a decent amount of people to my stream. Uh, and although I haven't put a lot of videos out, you'd be surprised how many people actually fucking, listen. It's not that I think I'm doing anything brilliant or anything like that there. But what I've realized is there's a lot of people on YouTube just like me who have been around these pockets and are seeing fun little things, and maybe they come across my fucking stream and they listen to me and I say something and it rings a bell with them. And it's literally a fucking, it's a moment where they're like, fuck, I've unknowingly filled in a gap for them, you know, and that's what this is. Right, Pepper. So I think YouTube and this platform it's certainly a game being played by certain channels. A certain amount of channels are involved in it. I don't know what the rewards are. Um, I think they use a lot of different narratives, um, and it's all basically just to try and confuse you. You know, they make themselves look one purposely do things like Masonic hand signals. You know the whole symbols and shit where they put their hands on the chin and stuff like that. There, they'll do stuff like that in their video so you can see it. You know, yeah, look at all the fucking Masons. Well, they're probably not Masons at all, but they use the conspiracies in their videos to make others look like idiots. Because if you call them out on it, they'll make actual fact what I think they are actually signaling, and they're signaling to the people playing the game that's watching. You know, and then people react accordingly. But a lot of this game, look up augmented reality or alternative reality games, and look at the description. I'm telling you now, you're going to be absolutely blown away. You're going to be saying to yourself, he's fucking right. A fucking game. It's not about the content at all. It's not about fucking. Nobody. Here's the one thing is all have to. Hey, lady court, how are you, girl? Um, Here's one of the things you all got to get your head round here. I mean, around this, but especially when people started making videos about me at the beginning, like Truth Convoy, and it was all bullshit and lies, you know. I kind of took it a bit personal. It was like, what the fuck, you know? These people don't treat this as real life. You know, they don't. They see this not as a real life thing, but as an alternative, as a game. That's why they're here so much. And when they make all these videos about me or about anybody else, or when they're ganging up and Titus for us or rants of Ryan, nobody fucking cares. But it takes their narrative somewhere, and it's all about taking the narrative somewhere and keeping the game going. You know, and if a few channels, you know, like myself, uh, etc., along the way, you know, Kickstand was another channel that got fucking dug. They refused to answer a question, made a few videos about her, and you know, then deleted the videos or put them unlisted or whatever it is that they did with them, and tried to pretend, you know, they don't exist anymore. That we didn't see them, so we must be lying. That's right, Kickstand. OG. I've got my own playlist on OG's channel. Dave T doesn't even have that. It was about me than he did Dave T. OG made more videos about me than he did Mr. Gump. Get your head around that one. When I got my scream sniped, OG had two. He was that giddy about it. He was that, you know, each to their own. As I said, folks, it's a little game. It's a game, and you know, I don't know what the rules are. I don't know who wins any game. And whenever you put out videos about, even my video about Net for Truth, where my video was pretty clear and concise. It was detailed. It showed his record, you know, him, etc. It was all there. There was no denying. After watching that video, there's no way anybody with a fucking brain could fucking turn around and question other way. But you'd be surprised the amount of people that came back and said, bullshit. There's no truth to that. And I think it's had like 600 and something odd views. It's not even the most viewed video for crying out loud. People don't care. And if you look, if you go back to the video and look at the comments on that video, majority of those people were all buddies. Oh, good job. Now I am the biggest cunt in the world. Because it's all a game. They're not, some people make money. I've even seen one guy, I know of one guy who has refused to, doesn't show or he has a big nose. It's been a joke. It's been a wee inside joke amongst everybody, But I I never found it funny though. But then I come across the channel and I'm like, holy crap, 99% sure that's him. Now, when I see the channel and realised why he didn't want to show his face, because he'd left himself wide open. But this guy pretends to be one, and then in his other channel, he's completely something else. Uh, OG and Freddie and all, Monty Graph's a horrible Graph's that. And the next thing they're actually using these guys' work on their own channel because it fits their narrative. But when it doesn't, people, they are the dark side of YouTube, you know. And I'm like, who the fuck are you to tell anybody what they can and can't do on their channel? So what if nobody wants to talk your narrative? Fuck, I wouldn't be doing that in the real world. Never mind YouTube. Um, when I made the video about fucking Dave T, it was for obvious reasons. I said it before. OJ made his in the 12th. There was no details there. It left a lot of questions, and it stuck in my mind about the whole thing. Don't trust me. Do your own. Started my channel based on doing my own research and showing people how I got it. So when you start a channel, a lot of people, if you in that bit of a circle, maybe you've been a subscriber or just a viewer, you've been around a few other people's live streams, people kind of recognize your name, your avatar, or whatever you want to call it. Start a channel, the word gets around pretty quick, and people will come along straight away to try and suss you out, and that is exactly what they do. And if they suss you out that or you're not going to go with their flow or things like that there, then you'll be dropped. And there's their subscriber base that maybe brought you into it in the first place, forced or obliged to remove you as well. What I've noticed from these channels is they don't directly attack you; they send other people to attack you. Um, lists. I've seen people with a playlist named "Cursed," and there's videos of me on there, and they named their playlist. There are people around here, and it does sound ridiculous saying it, but there are people around here involved with the whole witchcraft. Um, Maybe it's not that I don't take them serious or anything like that. There, it's a case of I have no interest in that, nor do I want to be involved with it. Um, Maybe they even fucking put spells on you or tried to. Who fucking knows? But we've seen the alliance change. We've seen. So I mean, not that long ago, we had the whole the three amigos being called out by Honeybee against anybody. They were against anybody who wouldn't talk about Dave T at the time. And then just before Christmas, there was a few behind the scenes conversations had. One was with Deluxe, uh, and the other one was with Unirock. And basically agreeing to back off if they talked about fucking Dave T because it was all about getting profile. Like now that I've seen how things played out, I actually don't think it was about having the whole Dave T get a profile being noticed. I think it was a case of OG and Freddie etc. wanted their profiles. They wanted. Uh, there's one of my old moderators. She's not a moderator anymore. I don't want to say her name because she's warned me that she will come up in her name. But she called it cross pollinating the interacting between these channels, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're cross pollinating. So I say it is Unirock. Maybe I'm wrong, and it could be wrong, but this is how it looks to me. Um, Unirock agrees to talk about DFT and Mr. Gonk, and OG and Fred. OG never really went after Unirock, but Freddie certainly did. And for them doing that, then Freddie will or Unirock will have them on the show. And of course, by having them on the show, it gives them more credibility. And of course, their subscriber base goes up. Now, at the same time, when OG was doing this, Freddie was doing this too. If you go and look at their channels, they have cleaned up their channels big time. And a lot of videos have been moved to unlisted. A lot of comments, even in the fakes, frauds and beggars, a lot of comments have been disabled. Now, OG will say they were nonsense, but that's not why at all. It's because the comment section that the comments he made about myself and other people were despicable, and he surely wouldn't want to have his new subs come along and see. It wouldn't look good. So to me, it looks like OG and Freddie are being rewarded by letting off, not giving Unirock a hard time. I think Deluxe was wanted to have, be on Deluxe show as well. For some reason, or other, Deluxe didn't have them on. Um, Freddie, strangely enough, has he suggested about Deluxe going on your man Owen Benjamin's fucking channel, and boom, it happened. Is that an accident? Is that a coincidence? I have no problems with Deluxe either. I have no issue. I have no personal grievance with him. He's never done anything on me. So, I'm not going to go down that road of trying, saying I'm attacking him and I got there. Same with Unirock. I just I'm still blocked from Unirock's channel, but Freddy's not. Interesting. And it's not that I don't like the guys. It's a case of I have questions censor me than answer a question. So um, I just see By the way, I believe the same thing happened to me. Here's a really crazy when I got my stream sniped, as you saw, zombies were watching, and the person who sniped it changed their avatar to a porn avatar. Now we all know who running with. Now, strangely enough, and coincidentally enough, there's another channel called Urban Disciples, and he experienced the exact same scenario happened to him. And strangely enough, and curiously enough, had run-ins with people that are involved with the people that I've had run-ins with. You know, it's just a strange one. But there was a funny thing happened that way. There were several people in Hangouts that night. I have a fair idea who it was. I know how it was done, and I know how to do it, but I've never done it. I no interest in doing it. I think it's bullshit, and just come and talk. I mean, when OJ and all complains about me talking about it in the streams, well, come and talk, kid, and then I don't have to talk about you anymore. Week, I don't talk about weeknight anymore. I've got some questions there for him as well, though. So the last 4 weeks, folks, you know, yeah, the Foxes took a lot of shit. Like, I mean, at the same time, whenever these, you see, here's the thing: OG and Freddy were attacking or going after Deluxe about this whole Dave T thing, and coincidentally, somebody allegedly made it look like the sheriff of YouTube was contacting his employers and the CPS and all this fucking crazy ass shit. Like, and you've got to say to yourself, and you know, it doesn't look right. There has to get that point. If somebody doesn't want to fucking promote your message or talk about what you want to be, and so what? It's no go on a fucking rampage, but it does make good YouTube, folks. Drama tube. It makes great YouTube. People tune in. People love to watch the drama and be involved subs. I mean, uh, I'm just using Unirock as an example here. I'm not saying this is what he's doing, but he's the first person I can think of for this example. Unirock has the Unirockers. He's a lot of people research for him. So whenever drama is going on, the researchers are in. They're going through streams. They're going through comments. They're watching videos, etc. And it promotes a lot of views. It promotes a lot of not. It's all. I don't understand it because YouTube has changed dramatically over the last couple of years now. That it's unrecognized. It's like a soap opera now. That unless you're beefing with 20 different channels, um, you're not going to be popular. And sadly, because there's a lot of straight messages out there, there's a lot of important things going on. There's a there's a lot of people going around trying to debunk other YouTubers. Why? I mean, sure, if it's something that you personally know about or it's against your message and you think you've got a truth, because truth is truth, but then there's absolute truth, man's truth, my truth. If me and Rennie and it's a bank robbery, and I give a description to the cops, and she gives a description to the cops, I- I'll put money on it I'll put my life on it that the descriptions are very different. Happens all the time. Cops will tell you that all the time. When people try freaking, you know, so, but I will be absolutely fucking emphatic that, oh, what I saw. And the reality is, it's my truth. Renee has described what she saw, and that's her truth. But then there's the absolute truth, and the absolute truth, my truth, and Renee's truth is the absolute truth. And unless fucking, I feel like bigger channels are using small to generate this drama, to generate, to see what works, to try different things out, to see what people will buy into and what they won't buy into. There's quite a few channels actually interacting with smaller YouTubers that you'd be quite surprised about. And I feel that that interaction is there to protect them, work with, carry on the narrative, or even work against them, you know, because don't think that when say if the VL puts out a video and says, you know, uh, man really did go to the moon. Well, don't think that he hasn't already got people ready to go to challenge him beforehand. Things like that. There, that's what it's all about. Right? While everybody's been sitting focused on this whole fucking stupid, it's not stupid. The thing what Nat for Truth done was disgusting, disgraceful, and hideous, heinous. But with everybody there, and people forget about what's been really going on. And the VOP LARP was quite a big LARP, and it involved quite a lot, and it involved some fucking people. It involved your guy Sawyer. It involved Hagman and Hagman. It involved freaking. I think Alex Jones might have dropped out of it, or didn't really pay much attention to it. But it involved quite a few people, and as I said, I honestly, because there was such a delay on the whole gunk thing, there was a delay on the Net for Truth thing. I think that this was used as a distraction because, I was certainly freaking sniffing around it, other people were sniffing around it, and the next thing, this all became okay, they're getting a bit close, drop a few names here, and everybody can carry on with that narrative. And that's exactly what's been going on. You know, I never understood why channels had to be uh, what's the term, shunned because they didn't want to make a video about Nefertruff. And I didn't understand that. I mean, I personally, if you didn't make a video, it didn't annoy me a bit less of you. But then I'd bought into the whole thing now. Back then, knowing what I know now, knowing what I know now, knowing what I've seen now, what I've experienced with these guys, I'm saying myself, if any of you guys fucking, if people are trying to involve you with something, run to the fucking hills and stay away from them. It's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the fucking grief. You will just get used. When it's over and done with, it'll end up being all your fault. And that's the way it fucking ends up turning out, you know? You're this and you're that. But ultimately, I could sit everything in one go, and it would be too much information. I could sit and freaking um, I guess what I'm saying is a lot of these channels know each other behind the scenes. You only have to look. Here's something for you that I noticed up. I noticed Freddie and OG both put out videos saying that I sold out the gunk. Freddie's on a personal hangout with Barry Washington. Now I know friend of Barry Washington. I don't like Barry Washington. I think what how she behaved and what she done was fucking disgraceful. But she had a private conversation. Freddie goes and puts it up. He does the same thing to her that China the Three did to Treats. That should not have happened to either of them. It doesn't matter, what way they're painted during that phone call. Outrageous that people would do that. But a lot of people missed out on that conversation that Freddie had with um, Barry. He since unlisted that video. I have it downloaded. One of the things that Barry brings up, Freddie actually brings it up. He tells Barry that Net for Truth was the last person to hit him with a copyright strike. Uh, Now, funny enough, Net for Truth hit me with a strike on the 26th of December, right? The same time, and what Freddie says, those are the only strikes he's got. And um, well, if you want, I could go to Dave and ask him to take them copyrights away. Now does Freddie go, oh fuck no, fuck it. I'm not fucking doing that with that cunt. No, what we do is, well, if you could, you know, there's that fucker sitting making, trying to do deals to get his fucking copyright struck down by Dave fucking T. When he accused me, I was able to debunk him. But he's sitting doing the same thing. And the worst about it is, his fucking people who watch the video, the subs, all the rest of it, they sit and fucking praise Freddy like he's some sort of fucking, hero. He is fucking doing the very same thing what he accused me of. And the people say nothing. And that's why I say a lot of these hardcore subs that are always there, that are always in the comment sections, that are loyal to the day is not with them. They are in it. You know, I know Freddie and OG and all is watching now. I dropped my link. They can join in if they want. It's not so much OG. Freddie, I want to talk to. OG's just a puppet. He's the new truth. He's the new face of the truth movement being promoted. My goodness, you know. So the truth community is not going to be improving anytime soon, folks. Truth community is controlled, right, and it's controlled in the left, and anything in the middle, well, it's probably controlled too. And you're going to get very few people like myself who's actually going to freaking say something about it, or want to confront them actually about it. You got to remember too, and when these subs as well, they've been here a long time. These channels have been here a long time. They, have interacted with each other. They've all been in streams with each other. They've all been in hangouts. They've all been in discords. They've been mods for each other. It's like fucking musical chairs folk. They're in and out of each other's thing all the time. They're friends, they're not friends. They've created the drama, fucking tube. And I believe that's purposely done. And I think that's because over the last three elected, a lot of channels popped up, and without doubt, I'm not going to say it wasn't why he was elected, right? Okay, definitely wasn't why he was elected, but without a doubt, the influence had on YouTube promoting Trump, especially whenever the media wouldn't talk about Trump, it made it just pushed everything through the roof. It was very effective because if you wanted, either you were going to watch Fox News or you were going to come on YouTube and you would listen to all these channels. And Trump is a bit of a novelty, and he's in his third year now, I think. So there'll be another election soon, and without doubt, YouTube will be used again. It'll be another platform that'll be used along with Facebook and Twitter, etc. Uh, and I think what you're seeing now is, you know, battlegrounds being drawn up, games being played out, people being defamed, pushed out of the way in any traction, and you know, channels being attacked, and the narrative is going to be one because a lot of these people, by the way, are anti-Trumpers. They're not even American. And some of the American ones, they've either been fucking, um, delegates. Some of them have been delegates for the freaking Democrats. They've worked for the Democrats. They're all on pocket pushing us v them narratives. And when you come up as a channel, the first thing that you're going to face, everybody used to tell me that the channels that seem as the ones under 1,000 subs. I say bullshit that, man. I say that's the first lie that they tell you. Whenever you come up here, I don't know if any of yous were around or can remember. As soon as I started off the mystery machine and did Wanker of the Week, that's when my attacks happened, and they came at two opposite ends of the spectrum. I haven't watched the news at all, bro. Um, haven't watched it at all. That's what I say. Yep, Lady Court, you're 100% bang on. There is a lot of platform, a lot. And when you start looking into things, you can kind of see a socialist fucking background in most of these people. Um, was talking about was transgenderism being pushed onto children and how it's affecting families, not adults, because listen, adults are old enough to make their own decisions and deal with the consequences, whether they be positive or adult does. In life, we're all responsible for our own actions, and so if an adult wants to go through that, boom, it's their choice. I have no problem with that. But when it's children, it's like, wow. And that was attacked straight away. They cannot handle me talking about that. They couldn't handle Kickstand talking about it. Uh, they'll attack. Yes, Renee, you're right. As soon as I did the mystery, I was attacked by two ends of the spectrum. The first one was Truth Convoy, and the other one was Las Valdez. And it went on and on and on, and two different types of attack. But and that's what you're faced with. People, if you're not going to sing off the same hymn sheet, boom, you're gone. They don't want new faces. They don't want you to be. Listen, I'm not going to pretend I'm some sort of fucking super duper fucking holy ruler, all the rest of it. Like, but I like to think I've got a few morals about me. You know, that's it. And it's some morals is something that seems very lacking on YouTube. The first thing they want you to do is show your face, you know, and they want your emails, they want, and then they sit and do social media searches about you behind your back to find out who you are. And then when they find out who you are, they get somebody to talk to you. Simple as that. Confident these guys have my docs, but as I've said before, doxing me would probably help me better than fucking not doxing me. But here's another thing too. Another wee simple thing that I've always picked up on. These guys sit and use each other's videos all the time to attack each other. I just want them not turn around and say, "Do you know what? I've had enough of this bullshit. Why don't you fucking, I'm just going to copyright you." If there's not much fucking, if Ransom Ryan or Titus has, why don't they just copyright them and be done with it? Because Titus reckons he's being copyright struck and they're attacking him and he can't stream, etc., etc. You have to go over to his channel. So why is he not doing it? Look this. I've had enough of this. Because I think it's a game. The real no together. I said it before in a previous stream. Freddie announced to everybody that Titus doxed him on Twitter. Why? I'm not on Twitter. Twitter isn't YouTube. Why did he have to tell everybody that Titus doxed him? Why did Why did Freddie want everybody to know his docs? Why? Because it's fake docs. You know. So if it's fake docs, why would Titus be putting out a fake docs? Simple. They're all fucking playing games. It's all fucking interaction. They all works on YouTube. The drama keeps the wheels spinning when there's no LARPs going off, or they don't really have a lot of time to put into things. So the drama fucking works. We're seeing it in other pockets. OJM is another guy there who's been attacking Renee quite viciously. More and talk about people threatening and all the rest of it. I have heard you talk about Renee. It's absolutely fucking disgusting, mate. No harm to you. Uh, there's no need to fucking come on to my platform that here either. Your fucking little pocket is another bullshit thing filled with fucking drama. Um, I was going to leave a comment on one of your videos a few weeks ago, and I didn't. Known fucking Renee for about a year now, and in the whole time, I never asked her to fucking support me or anything like that at all. But she knew herself what was going on, and she spoke up for me. And she's one of the only ever fucking wavered Never changed her stance, never changed the way she talks about things, never fucking sidetracked. Sure, she's passionate and all the rest of it, but yeah, OJ, I couldn't be shit over here. Anyway, somebody asked her about fake art. Well, listen, Jerome, you've asked whether or not the alleged docs are. Here's what I'll say about that. There, the whole GDL thing, the whole anti-GDL thing, and Freddie's name comes up as a Jewish name. Come on. Freddie's no more Jew than fucking me. Let's be fucking real here. Like, that's so. They drop each other fucking links. They drop each other links. Uh, you know, the drop. It's like the whole honeybee dropping Freddie the Dave T info. You know, if they were able to, if they had Freddie's docs, they would have done that a long time ago, folks. Freddie's been around this planet, moderator for Lift the Veil. He was a moderator for Jimmy Deluxe. He was a moderator for Mr. Gunk. Um, he's been around all the big channels, folks. Don't think for a minute that fucking Titus Frost dropped his docs. Just didn't happen. And I mean, if someone's going to drop my docs, I think I'm going to, and they've done it on Twitter, I think I'm going to make a video saying it. Like, come on. Obviously, that they want you to think that that's what Freddie's name is, so he stops getting shit from people. You know, who knows what the reason is, but it's no, I'm not blocking you, OJ. I'm just fucking no interest in listening to it. I have no problem with fucking Renee. Renee's an absolute fucking star. She's got her own mind. She she puts plenty of people in her place. Yet to see anybody fucking being able to fucking get one over without having to bring in fucking absolute bullshit and lies. But listen, what goes around comes around. Simple as that. It's another side of YouTube. It's another pocket of YouTube that turned into drama by a group of people. And that's what happens when a bunch of people get together on YouTube and they have an idea about something. If you announce that, I've made a few videos, do a few hangouts about it, etc. The first thing is going to happen is you're going to be infiltrated, you're going to be attacked, and it'll be done under a guise of being your friend, of being a buddy, you know, being a confidant. They'll weasel their way in, they'll talk to you in hangouts, they'll send messages, or if it's through Discord, they'll want to talk to you in Discord, etc., etc. And within, they're involved in your fucking setup, what you've managed to do. Now, these people are seasoned YouTubers. You decided to do a wee channel, you've got an idea, or you've picked up on something, you start talking about it, maybe it gets a wee bit of momentum, and I guarantee you that you won't last more than 3 or 4 weeks before it hits the famous, gets involved, and that uh, the people that you were talking to privately were the people that shit all over me, and you know, now fucking OGM is bringing this shit here. Fellow man, listen, I've no time for OG's fucking nonsense, alright? This is my fucking chat. If you want you want to fucking sit and bitch about fucking OJM, fuck off. End the story. I'm not coming into your live streams disrupting your fucking shit, so don't come into mine. Before you start doing something, you start talking about something, and people come along and want the fucking shit star. The only reason why OJM came in here is because Rennie is my moderator. End the fucking story. You know, I'm talking about one this comments, and that's what it's all about. It's about creating fucking distraction from you, and that's what these people do. Maybe some of them aren't even involved in the little clicks on YouTube. They're just fucking sociopaths, psychopaths. Fuck it is going on with them. They're fucking lunatics. Who the fuck knows? But when people are following you all around fucking YouTube, etc., here because Renee's my mod. End of story. They've been fucking hounding her for a few weeks now. It's bullshit. And that's what it is. More people are joining the chat. I can only assume it's fucking to Renee, etc. like that there. So, you know, I will just fucking, yeah, get the fucking icky stick out and start blocking people. And you know what? Fuck it. I couldn't be annoyed. Anyway, folks, that's the fucking main purpose. I've been talking here for quite a while now, and I think I'll fucking maybe I'll fucking take the issue over to theirs. There you go. You see the disruption yourself. Fellow man, if you don't fucking like what I've got to say or what Rennie has to say in my fucking channel, fuck off and go do your own fucking live stream. Simple. End the fucking story. Otherwise, listen, Renee, kick, lady, fucking block anybody you want there. Whenever I'm finished with this stream, because I couldn't be annoyed for fucking bullshit. Anyway, this is the fucking typical fucking nonsense that you gotta put up with. You know, people fucking attack you. People paint themselves as being your buddies and then they shit on you. Then they use messages or fucking, you know. That's why I get so annoyed. I mean, even, you know, I've had my problems with treats. What Chandler had done in treats, I think is fucking deplorable. What fucking uh, Freddie did in fucking Betty, I think it's deplorable too. Port those people, what it means is, I think it's fucking deplorable. I think it's disgraceful, and anybody with a brain at all. I mean, if Freddie wants to talk to you in a hangout, you need your fucking head seen too, because if you conversation and going to use it on fucking YouTube at a later date, come on. So yeah, you know, Renee there, she is pretty, as Jennifer Sweet put it there, she is a strong feeling, and she handles these guys fucking the majority of the time. And there's probably about 6 or 7 guys there that gang up on her all the time. I mean, I don't know what it is about attacking women. I like to attack women. I don't know why. I know the full story between the whole fucking OGM and whatnot, and it's fucking deplorable. And as a fucking bloke, I know it can used, and it's disgusting. But that's what this platform has become, folks. It's become fucking you know unless you agree with a certain pocket's truth, or and the problem is you can't agree with everybody, so you're better off just doing things for yourself. That's why I don't bring anybody in. That's why I just fucking sit and talk, hear it on myself, because once you start nailing yourself to the fucking, oh, I'm in favor of this YouTuber, I'm in favor, you open yourself up to fucking attacks. You're better off just fucking the message that you want to put out, have the odd live stream, have a bit of fun, and move on with. Now, um, one of the things that I used to do that used to really piss a lot of people off was Wanker of the Week. Used to really fucking piss people off. So I think I'm going to bring Wanker of the Week back because I had a good laugh with it. Now, a lot of the people that participated at the time certainly had a good laugh at it. I think I'll bring it back. I used to do it on a Wednesday night, and on a Saturday, I think it was, or a Sunday, would vote for who was Wanker of the Week. So something to think about, something to do. Something to get away with being labeled. I'm sick of fucking people trying to label you as, you know, you're a flat earther, or you're a fucking, or you're a this, or you're that, blah, blah, blah. I don't need a fucking label. I'm just fucking here for a fucking bit of crack. Like, if I've got something I think is worth telling somebody, I'll, you know. It's funny, people's behavior as well. When they've got unadmittedly, I can't even send the word. Fuck it. Well, when they can hide behind a keyboard, etc., it's amazing how people's behaviors change. Um, a lot of these people that get on like this are parents. Maybe some of them are grandparents. And I think that if they found out their children were behaving in such manners, they'd be fucking mortified. Are doing the exact same things, being mortified. It's crazy the effect that YouTube has on people. What they're. There's another fucking sucker account. Yeah, we are free TV. You're right. There would not have. There's a there's a lot of new wankers in the other week. There's a lot of people eligible for it anyway. Um, Most people I don't have a problem with, but as I said, this is my live stream, and coming into my live stream and fucking turning my chat into about fucking years, little issues. Yeah, come on. You're only here because she's a fucking moderator. So I've got a few things happening over the next couple of weeks, getting some renovations done and whatnot. But after that, I'll have a bit more time in my hands. The nights will be getting longer and things more daylight. So yeah, I think we'll bring back one girl of the week. You know, these are grown men here, folks. Holy crap. You know, I have to admit, and I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna say this. I get embarrassed now when I go back and look at some of the old uh, chats where I'd went into, live stream, say Randall and troll him a bit because he wouldn't talk about what Freddie and what others wanted him to talk about. I cringe at it now. I look at it now and I do cringe. I think to myself, fuck me, what a fucking. I hope when you guys watch this back, you fucking cringe. You know. Um, now on Saturday, um, I think it's Saturday. It's this weekend anyway. At some point, live streaming, and I'm going to be joiner on the live stream. So if anybody wants to come along and have a wee chat, look in, have make it Renee because I'm sure it'll be an interesting evening. Um, I'll put a wee announcement there before it goes live anyway. So if anybody's interested and wants to watch, they can. But live stream with Renee this weekend because things have got a wee bit messy, and you know, the girl's been, she's stuck by me. She's been supportive of me. If you can't support your own, who can you? So, on that note, folks, I think I'm going to end things. Um, I I don't know what the hell's that went to. It is there. Yeah, on that note, folks, I think I'm going to end things and say good evening and good night. Well, fellow, listen, you're more than welcome to come and join me and all about it. You know, but other than that, folks, thank you very much for coming along. Sorry the way things got a little bit out there at the end, but you should come to expect this on YouTube. This is what happens on a regular basis to people. Um, other people come in and troll. So, and that this is at the weekend around a stream, and have a good evening. Scooby out.